dum 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 woodcutter dum 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 woodcutter.
My pronouns are they, them, and I'm Cliffside Permaculture. It's starting to rain, but hey, secret seed challenge. There's an ant inside. My first one fell off the vine, so I'm thinking this might be ripe. That's a ground cherry, not a tomatillo. That's delicious. That means I have two kinds now. One's supposed to be hardy. This one I probably need to save seeds. Oh, that's so cool. This one's really prolific. Especially considering I planted this little friend first and all it's doing is just finally flowering. And this one's got fully ripe fruit and flowers. How cool is that? Definitely a good variety. How cool is that? All right, well, that's my secret seed challenge. Completed? Maybe. I think I remember that being the rules. Alright, I'm going to make this a Shed Wars video by putting in tips about my secret seed challenge plant. I've had it a few weeks, so that clip of me first tasting is... Get the ant off of there. Kinda older. So, my tip is, when they're yellow, not green, but yellow, they're about ready to fall down. You'll also find a bunch on the ground. They are called ground cherries after all, and I see two amidst the carrots that I missed here. And I'm not even sure I can reach them. But that is pretty ripe. Sometimes they don't go the whole way ripe before they drop, and then you can set them out on the counter. They're very sweet. But my tip is, don't eat the paper. I think that's self-explanatory until I handed one to somebody and they tried to put it in their mouth whole, so don't do that. That's the tip. Another tip is, maybe don't do what I just did, which is throw the paper right down into the area where the harvest is taking place, because these, if you drop the paper right underneath the plant, it gets harder and harder to tell. And then these are nightshade berries, and if they're super ripe, they're delicious. But this is American nightshade, and I'll link you to a bunch of identification videos. But just for starters, let's see, do we have any flowers? They have little yellow things in the middle. Here's a good open flower. Yeah. And only when they're super ripe, completely black, should you eat them. And they'll get you pretty sick if you eat them when they're not ripe. I did it once, actually. And I'm here to say it's not deadly. It was an accident. Don't harvest them after dark. You can't tell. That was my take home from that with the nightshade berries. Yeah, don't harvest them after dark, because then you can't tell. But you know, it was just kind of a purge. My stomach didn't hold any food for a while. Oh, look, there's a bunch in the carrots. I'm letting the carrots go because they're supposed to overwinter and seed, and I'd really like that. I will mulch them like crazy. So And I'm going to use this 3D printer cutout stuff as trellis later. I'm probably going to replace this other stuff I wired on because it's not that effective. And get a bit more electrical conduit because it's pretty cheap. I'm pretty happy with it. So, dropping these all over the place. I'm going to put them in my pocket. So, that's the Secret Seed Challenge. That's American Nightshade. I will put links in the description. If you look at the title of the video, there's a little downy thing. Click that, and the description will appear. There will be links on how to identify this stuff positively to make sure you're not eating belladonna, which truly is deadly. The reason this is called Deadly Nightshade in any format, see, that's not quite ripe. So I'll just put it on the counter until it is. The reason it is because 18th century botanists in the Americas were really Eurocentric thinking and made assumptions about plants based on their belief from back home, with no consideration of the native population's input about them. Very, very ignorant, and unfortunately many of the things that they came to believe out of their ignorance has stuck. Here's another one. What would you call it? The marketing of 18th century botanists was really good. A little bit too good. Annoyingly good. I'm not a fan. So, that's why people think that. They're quite delicious too. They're one of the sweetest berries. Like, it's right at that point where it's not pucker sweet. It's like a real gentle sweetness. And that's nice. That one's maybe a little overripe. It's got a little bit of stink bug markings on it. So, yep. Check the description. See the details on that. And hooray! Secret seed. It's beautiful. I love it. I didn't even thin these. I planted too many. I didn't even thin them. And I'm very happy. Some of them are starting to dry out, probably because I didn't thin them. But it's good stuff. Alright. Thanks so much for visiting the cliffside, which is over there. And hope you enjoyed the little Shed Wars thing. I am not a weighing food person. I need to give you a weigh-in for what I have weighed, at least, so you can work with me. I'm so sorry. I owe you. Maybe next video. We'll make a real quick one for the next video. Take care. Bye. Dun, dun, dun. Will it grow? It won't grow.